Hello. This is my biophotography presentation. It's by me, Avery Brown. Um, to start with, there's the American holly. This is our first plant. It's a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot. It has a woody stem. It has small white flowers, red berries, smooth bark, and spine-tipped leaves. The classic holly traits are those spine-tipped leaves and the red berries. It's has ornamental use, as written below, and it's slightly toxic to pets, toxic to humans a little bit too, but less harmful, and humans don't see it as so appetizing. It was taken by me on the SIU campus. It was near the student center, if that needs any more clarification. The American sycamore is a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot as well. It has woody stem. It has small ball-shaped flowers. They're not necessarily super little, but not something you'd notice with the tree. Um, and they can grow up to 75 to 100 feet tall, and the leaves are similar in design or pattern to maple tree leaves. This was taken also on the SIU Carbondale campus. It is also over by the Student Center, and it was taken by me. Other info is that it's often planted in gardens for shade, and it's a good habitat for birds. Let me get rid of this. The Villus lilac is a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot, has a woody stem. Um, it has distinct tube-shaped four-leaved flowers that are purple, red, white, or pink in color. This was taken indoors at home, that being in St. Louis. Not that the Villus lilac is native to St. Louis. That could be true or false. I doubt it is true. Um, Taken by me. Other information is that it blooms later than the common lilac, that's the difference between the Villus and common lilac, and it's very fragrant, similar to the common lilac. The Vinca minor is a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot. It's herbaceous, and it has five-leaved blue-violet flowers, and generally has this vine-like stem and leaves. This was taken outdoors, again in St. Louis. Not native to that area as it's in a pot. For for this reason, given that it grows very fast and it can spread in gardens very easily, and it was taken by me, as given that that was a condition for the assignment that we had to take all the pictures. Golden pothos is a perennial angiosperm. It's a monocot. It's herbaceous. It rarely flowers, and sometimes has these stripes of gold or whitish almost color on them. That's what gives him the name Golden Pothos. This was taken indoors, same home, taken by me. They're toxic to dogs and cats, and often kept indoors. They're very popular as an indoor plant, and that limits it to its juvenile state. So that's why it doesn't really flower, because it has to be in very, I don't know how to describe it other than warmer, sort of Mediterranean types of climates where it's not necessarily wet or anything, but temperature plays a big role in it, and it gets way too cold in the winter for any of us to have one grow to the size of an adult pothos. The annual uh, fleabane is annual slash biennial. It's an angiosperm. It's a dicot. It's herbaceous but considered weedy. Was the description I found for it, because it's not really woody, but it's not fully herbaceous, I guess is the way I'd put it. It has composite flowers because it's a member of the sunflower family. As we know, it's multiple flowers making up the one, and it has white petals and a yellow center. This was taken indoors, same home, taken by me. It's native to America, and a popular choice amongst bees, flies, and wasps as a source of nectar, which helps it spread, and it's extremely invasive. The dragon tree is a perennial angiosperm. It's a monocot. It has a woody stem. It's got greenish white flowers, which turn into strands of red and black berries when it does flower. Um, this was taken indoors, same home, taken by me. It's very popular as an indoor plant, and it's called the money tree. As they're not 100% sure, but it's sort of a story about when a bank opened, they planted this tree outside. It was the first plant planted in front of that bank. Yeah. The dwarf umbrella tree is a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot, it's herbaceous, and it produces red flowers above the foliage in warmer climates, um, which basically almost resemble that umbrella shape of these green regular leaves. And they also have nodes along the multiple stems. It was taken indoors in the bathroom. I was trying to fix that plant up because my stepmom she overwatered the hell out of that thing. So, and there was no drainage hole at the bottom. Sting by me. This is toxic to pets, as well as humans, but humans don't really. The shape and look of the umbrella tree isn't really appetizing to us, anyways, even the little kids. And its sap can irritate and burn skin. Onto the pin oak and the Ash's juniper. The pin oak is a perennial angiosperm. It's a dicot, woody stem. Male flowers are droopy and yellowish green, and the female flowers are short spikes. The leaves share the common sort of oak leaf pattern. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like it's a mixture of these concave curves, but everybody knows it when they look at it. It was taken at SOU Carbondale on campus. This was over by the lake, if that matters. It was taken by me. They do not have tap roots, which is different from other kinds of oaks, which makes it way less stable than those other types of oaks, especially when it's young. That being said, it's still a really durable tree. It's very popular or commonly planted for a reason. The Ash's juniper is a perennial gymnosperm. It's dioecious. The males produce yellow/tan cones, and the females produce berries, which we look at them and just say berry, but if you look closer, they're modified cones. This picture was taken on SIU Carbondale's campus. It's taken by me. The tree is actually fragrant and produces heavy pollen, which doesn't exactly work out for those who have seasonal allergies and such. Also, the shape of the leaves, you can't see it as well in the picture, but it's one of those trees where really you walk up to and everybody's seen a juniper before, and like they know that smell. It's tough to describe. The Parmeliaceae is a family of lichen forming fungi. They produce, well, they are foliose lichen, and they have like these loose folding looking ends to them. You can almost see it with like little squiggles in the picture. It's taken on campus at the base of a tree, taken by me. This family of lichen can grow just about anywhere, and they're extremely common in trees, like anywhere on a tree, as long as they can just get a little moisture and they get a place to stay. The Schistaceae is a family of lichen forming fungi as well. They form crustose lichen. They can also grow as foliose lichen. They're brown, orange, or yellowish in color. Taken on campus. This is the rock over by the building by the dock on Campus Lake. They're common on rocks, as seen in the photo, and this family of fungi was substantially revised in 2013 to correct for errors in the identification. I don't know exactly what those errors were, but obviously quite a few because or at least they maybe, I don't know, altered some stuff. The Candelariaceae is a family of lichen forming fungi like the other two. This next one's also going to be a family of lichen forming fungi that's crustose or squamulose lichen, more distinctly orange or green. They're more distinctly orange or green than other types of lichen. It's taken on campus. It's by me. Outside of the common lichen habitats like rocks or trees, they're also found on a lot of daily items like fence posts, sidewalks, or like those concrete picnic tables on campus. Physiaceae is a family of lichen forming fungi. They're crustose lichen. They're black and white in color. You can't see it as well in that photo, but if you really were here in person, you can get up close and you see they have these little dots, sort of little, almost like cup it almost cups in on itself that are darker in color than the whitish base. It's taken by me. This family has many species that are referred to as shadow lichens, given this black and white coloration they have. As our final lichen, uh, the Lasidiaceae is a large family of lichen. It's crustose lichen as well as placoidioid lichen, which placoidioids are crustose lichen that grow outwards from a central point and form that circular pattern. You can see it really clearly in this picture. I saved it for last because this probably was my favorite picture to look at. Um, and this was also taken on the SIU Carbondale campus by me. All species of Lasidiaceae are crustose, and many species are able to grow under some really harsh conditions without a lot of nutrients. Um, Overall, it was an all right project. Like the class, the practicals were kind of a fun challenge. Um, and I should have put more pictures of mosses on here because they're a lot prettier to me, I feel like, than some plants. But yeah,